Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All, where we have managed to get Lotta to slightly change her testimony. Also, Mia is now being projected through Pearl, which is honestly kind of strange given that Pearl is a tiny little kid, but whatever, we'll go with it. So here we go. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. There must be something we can use in her testimony just now. We must find it at all costs. Alright, so there's not an awful lot that we can do there, so we're gonna have to press. So when she gave the recollection, it seemed as though she said she took 2 pictures, but we've only seen 1 in the court record, haven't we? Which is right at the end. Yeah, Lotta's photo, but we definitely heard 2 clicks, so I think we're going to have to try and get her to, I guess, admit there was a second one or something. So what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well, then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. That makes her, not a credible witness, right? Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Jeez, the damn whip! Somebody take that whip off of her. Seriously, what kind of circus are we running here, Judge? Foolish fools spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as yourself. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. I mean, she has a point with that. Stop whipping things! And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Ugh, sorry, Maya. I mean, that was a pretty weak thing to say. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? Yeah, I suppose so. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. Alright. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. Okay, so she's changing career again. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Are you seriously siding with her, Judge? Nice tag teamed in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. Very good. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. 2, right? Aha, here we go. 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
That's concealing evidence then, surely, no? Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown the other picture to the court yet?
Good question. Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. Boom! What? Von Karma! Concealing evidence. Tut, 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 tut.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. ...
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Yes, he is. Confront or leave it to the judge. I feel like it's the judge's place to do this, right? But I also feel like the judge is giving her quite a lot of chances, and also, you know, I don't trust him to do it, so I'm going to confront. He might tell us off, but whatever. Your Honour, the defence asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. It's worth a try, I suppose.
Well, yes.
Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Oh, come on. Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a schoolchild? I was so angry I lost my composure. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that, who knows.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. Yeah, and she'll probably get away with that even if there is something in it, which, you know, there is going to be something in it, because why would she make sure it didn't get submitted, right? But she can just feign ignorance, I suppose. Oh, I didn't see that little detail, or whatever nonsense she's going to come out with. But how could you think the pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Lots photo 2 added to the court record. Alright, well let's see this photo, because there's obviously going to be some minor detail. Okay, I mean that doesn't look like Maya in like her face and stuff, does it? ...
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-centre, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey.
Exactly.
What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? I mean, because it kind of is Maya, but it's Maya being like... It's someone else. She's channeling the other person, so it sort of is Maya. But at the same time, it isn't, really. I mean, it doesn't look like her, so let's insist. We might get this wrong, but let's do it. Your Honour, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey.
Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance.
There is only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow, the way that then loaded in was strange there, that somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. I mean, that's not exactly what I would have gone for, but...
Order! Well, yes, I believe you're correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it! No, we didn't. You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that?
Your Honour, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. Ah, so now she's going to bring up that she sort of changes appearance, I guess. This was taken yesterday at the detention centre's visitors' room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person?
You wouldn't even believe me if I told you. She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Yeah, I mean, fair play.
It's unbelievable that she can...
Yet, it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. That, yeah, we know that. But she's brought it up. We tried to, you know, skirt over that, but whatever. ... Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. But Mia, taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. ... Obviously I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? So she's just using it to sow doubt, really. From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. There you go, she just did it just to prove a point. ... I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? Let's hit the court record, okay? We've got... What have we got? Have we got anything that shows, like, the victim of the car accident thing we saw? Mimi Miney, nurse at Grey Surgical Clinic. Floor plans. Murder weapon. I mean, let's have a look at these photos again. Is there anything that could prove that it's not Maya? That's going to be the key here. Is there anything else in the photo? She's got the gun. Her face looks different. Her outfit looks different. Gray's on the floor. Is there anything in the background? I don't see anything. I mean, is this a case of having to present a profile? Defendant was arrested of suspicion of murder while channeling. So, I mean, it could be that we've got to present Maya's profile to, like, say that, you know, that's... I mean, we haven't got any... Oh, hang on. Who's this? Yeah, okay. So I wonder if we could maybe present this, you know, to show that she looks exactly like Mimi. In which case we could say that Mimi is the one who did it. I feel like we haven't presented a profile yet in this case. So that makes me think that perhaps there is a need to present a profile. I mean, this is quite awkward, isn't it? I feel like... What? I can prove it, I can't prove it. Alright, let's say we can prove it, because I feel like we must have something. Your Honour.
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
A contradiction?
So, you think you spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Okay, so it's more to do with the picture then than it is anything else. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange about this picture? Okay, fine. Or we're going to lose quite a bit of health if we get this wrong. Okay, let's really pay attention here. Really pay attention. So we've got Maya's face. I thought maybe we could present Mimi Miney's profile to show that it's the same face, but we can't. So, oh god, we can't reference the court record, which is really annoying. What do we know about this? She's got the blood on her, which sort of makes sense because it matches what we saw on the evidence record. She's got the gun. Gray's already dead here, isn't he? So that's fine. We can't see the screen thing. There was the bullet hole in the sleeve, though, which isn't there. That singe mark bullet hole. So that sort of distorts the timeline, doesn't it? Because the whole thing was that Gray shot at her first. It went through her sleeve and into the screen. Now, this is suggesting that Gray was already dead before the bullet hole. The problem is I can't remember what sleeve it was on the thing. I think it was this sleeve, but it might be the other sleeve. So let's try that one. If not, we'll have to do the other one. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it.
I think it was the left sleeve. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Yeah, because that undermines the whole premise that it was Gray who shot the gun through the sleeve. So if Gray didn't shoot the gun through the sleeve, it means either Maya or the person she was channeling did it, in which case, why would she shoot through her own sleeve into the screen? That wouldn't really make sense. Which would suggest to me that, again, it brings back this idea that someone else must have been in the room. Perhaps somebody with a completely different gun, or somebody wrestled the gun off of her, or, you know, it brings back this idea that it wasn't just Gray and Maya in the room.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence. ... You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Excellent. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She always looks like that. Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honour. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
So she's feigning ignorance again. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honour, you need to not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe. He always ends up getting in trouble.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve.
Exactly.
However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting there was none. ...
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Got it. Watch this, Maya.
Your Honour, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. This picture is a fake, the bullet hole was made later, the shooter is someone else. Okay, it's not one, the picture isn't fake, so it's not going to be that, is it? The bullet hole was made later. Possibly. The shooter is someone else. I suppose really it comes down to what do we want to, like, insinuate, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. We could say the bullet hole was made later, which, you know, it was made after this photo was taken, potentially. I mean, it would have to have been. The shooter is someone else. I feel like that's the direction we want to go. We want to make it seem like even though Maya was there and she had the gun and she was channeling the spirit, that somebody else killed Grey. I think that's the angle we want to go for. So let's try this. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Grey was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Ow! Ah! Why me? She's whipping everyone! The defence's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal a favour? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Ah! I swear, I wasn't lying on nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That is a good question, and I'm still thinking there's somebody hiding behind the screen, but we are out of time for this episode, so we're going to have to figure that out in the next one. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadin, Paul Leone, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, Paul James, Adventure Game Geek, and Megan, and I'll see you next time.